Yeah, believe it or not, I actually am still kind of bummed that Super Month is over. I mean, I just had a lot of fun and just a great time talking about a lot of Superman material in anticipation of Man of Steel. But now that Man of Steel has come and we've all seen it, and for some reason a lot of people really hated it, which I will never understand in my entire life. And don't say it's because, Superman killed Zod. He killed Nuclear Man in Superman 4, and he killed Zod, Ursa, and Nun in Superman 2. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. But, like Man of Steel, Superman has come and it's gone, and we all just have to, or I at least have to, because I seem to be the only one that cares about it, move on and just forget about it. So let's talk about Batman. I mean, yeah, that's just the one thing that I never talk about on my channel, is Batman. Or it's just the one thing I never talk about when I'm around my friends, is Batman. I mean, it's not like if I talk about Batman one more damn time, it's not like I'm just gonna lose all my subscribers, or if I meet one of my subscribers somewhere down the line, they'll beat me over the head plenty of times with a baseball bat. Definitely a baseball bat, because it's Batman, and that would be a great pun, I guess. But it's not like that will ever happen at all. Never. Okay, yes. I know. I talk a lot about Batman. I get it. But a lot of shit went down at E3 concerning Batman Arkham Origins, and it would kind of be weird if I didn't go ahead and talk about Batman Arkham Origins. And I know there are a lot of other stuff that happened at E3 that, didn't concern Batman Arkham Origins, like the Xbox One, for example. All they announced there was that it still sucks. Yeah, if a lot of people were wondering what I thought about the Xbox One, it still sucks. I don't care if they reverse the DRM or whatever it's called, it still sucks. I'm probably just gonna get PS4. Xbox One still sucks. That name is horrible, it still sucks, and I'm probably not going to buy it. Unless it comes with a free copy of Batman Arkham 3, I'm not buying it. That's it, I'm not gonna buy it. But I'm not here to talk about the Xbox One. Well, I kinda was. I'm still here to talk about Batman Arkham Origins, and some of you may be asking, why didn't I do this a while ago, concerning that this news and some of the, more updates did come out a while ago, almost a month ago. Well, as many of you have seen, I was in the middle of Super Month, and I really didn't feel like doing a Batman video in the middle of, a whole month dedicated to Superman. That would be kind of weird, so I just wanted to wait until Super Month was over and wait until July to talk about said news, until it died down a little bit. So, for right now, I'm here to talk about two specific things regarding Batman Arkham Origins that's part of my Batman Arkham Origins update videos, which is the gameplay trailer and the gameplay footage, the full 15 minutes of it, followed by an interview with Eric Holmes, I believe, the creative director of Batman Arkham Origins. That's what I'm going to be reviewing here for you guys today, and I'll also include links in the description below with the gameplay trailer as well as the gameplay footage, which you definitely should find or check out if you are really excited about Batman Arkham Origins. But before I get into either of those, I want to just get this across you guys really quick, and this is considering my really kind of abrupt opinion change on Batman Arkham Origins. Like almost last year, end of July, yeah, almost last year, that's when all the rumors started to break on Batman Arkham Origins concerning that it was the next Batman game would be an origin story, and it would have the Justice League in it, and I actually made a video on that. If you want to check it out, you can go ahead and check it out somewhere on my channel, or you can search it up or whatever, but I did a video on some of the rumors of this game way back last year. So this was before anything for Batman Arkham Origins was confirmed, so last year. And when I did that video, and I'm surprised that no one has called me out on this yet, I just sort of wanted to get this across, because even me watching that video, I was like, I kind of just went, really just a whole 360. I went from hating the idea to absolutely loving it, but I'm going to explain that here right now. And the reason why I hated the idea of Batman Arkham Origins, or a whole prequel to the Batman Arkham series, when that news was released last year, was because the ideas and just everything about it just sounded really, really stupid, and I never thought they could actually take that seriously. And this was before Rocksteady Studios said that they weren't going to do it. So, because I had thought that Rocksteady Studios was going to go and do a prequel for the Batman Arkham games, when I thought that they should just go ahead and do a third Arkham game if they really wanted to do another Batman game. That would just be a huge waste of their time and money. But this was before it was announced that Warner Brothers Games Montreal would be doing it. So again, this was before any announcements had come out, so that's the reason why I was mad. But now that I've seen a lot of stuff concerning Batman Arkham Origins and the direction that they're going with it, and that they seem to not be going with Justice League in it, but then again, the game hasn't been released, so we don't know. They could pop up at the end after credit scene, who knows? They could pop up, I'm not sure. But from what I have seen for Arkham Origins so far, it has very much changed my opinion. And I really wanted to go in with this with an open mind instead of just a very negative view on it. I want to go in with a positive view, and I think that a lot of people should go into a lot of stuff. There are some exceptions to the rule of that, going in with a positive view on something. If you think something's crap and it does turn out, if you think something's going to be crap, you have your opinion to, think that. But I like to go in with things with an open mind instead of just a negative view, and instead of just, writing it off immediately. So, my opinions on that have very much changed because I have seen a lot of stuff for this. So, there is that. So, there's that. That's kind of the reason why my opinion has changed on the whole subject of Batman Arkham Origins. And sorry it took me a while to say that. I just wanted to get across to you guys before someone had said something about that. So, there's, my whole thing on the opinion change, the whole 360 opinion change on from last year when this stuff was rumored to now when it's official and it's right here staring us in the face. So that said, let's actually talk about why I came to do this video, the gameplay trailer as well as the gameplay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual gameplay trailer. The gameplay trailer is not that long. It's about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes. And it pretty much does its job as a gameplay trailer should. It shows off some of the gameplay and, some more of the characters or the overall graphics of the game and a little bit more of the story. Like the first trailer for the Batman Arkham Origins, which was the 4-minute, almost 5-minute trailer that had Deathstroke, Black Mask, Deadshot, and of course Batman in it fighting at the docks. That was more of a teaser trailer and just sort of setting up the story and the overall tone with some of the characters. That didn't really show off any of the gameplay. It showed off, some stuff that I guess you could do, like you will fight Deathstroke, and you can use a backclaw and certain things like that, but it didn't really show off any of the gameplay or graphics that the actual final game would use. It's really just a sort of cinematic, just here's what the game will include story-wise, but gameplay-wise, not really all that much. That's why that's a teaser trailer. A very long teaser trailer, but a teaser trailer nonetheless. Here, this is, the gameplay trailer definitely does show off pretty much everything, well not everything, but most of the stuff that gameplay-wise you will get in the game, such as the graphics and certain stuff that you will be able to use in it, some of the villains that you will come across in the game, such as a Joker, Bane, and some henchmen that you will find out and fight along the way. It does a good job, and it just overall does a great job. And the graphics so far in the game look very, very nice and very, very cool. And they definitely do try to make it very look as good or even better than the Rocksteady Studios Batman games. They look pretty much just above, just the exact same, which I really do like. And I will get into more about what I liked that they kept the same from Arkham City and they put in the Batman Arkham Origins. I really do like that. The graphics look really, really great. And they don't look, less good from what Rocksteady Studios brought us, or better. It looks like a very good medium, and it looks like a very good, just, Goldilocks. It's not too bad, it's not too great, it's just, perfect. The graphics look great, and, to some people that might be complaining about the graphics in Batman Arkham Origins, I haven't seen anybody that has complained about them. I think they look great, and a lot of people also seen say they're great. Haven't met anyone who has said anything negative about the gameplay graphics, but to those who have made a complaint that I haven't seen or heard their opinion on it, the game doesn't come out for another 3 months. Well, I guess 3 months and some change, but it doesn't come out for another 3 months. The game is still being made and still being, created and finished. If it were already done and these were the graphics that we were getting and it was already done and finished, we would have the game out right now and we would all be playing it, including me. But, like, they will improve on some of the graphics to those who have complained about the graphics. So they will probably fix up the graphics a little bit, make it look a little bit more better, and just, all around great. I think they look great just right now. There are some stuff that they could improve on, but I think it overall looks, the graphics look great, in my opinion. We also get a look at some new weapons in that. Well, one new weapon specifically. The same thing goes with the gameplay trailer, which is the I think it's called the remote claw, which is kind of a mix between the bat claw and the line launcher, and also is kind of a substitute for the inverted takedown, which I think you will have the inverted takedown in this game, but this is kind of, if not, then this is the substitute for why you don't have the inverted takedown, which it's like the line launcher because, like, it is pretty much a weapon in Batman's arsenal, like I think I said before, and you can pretty much use this to, like, say, shoot a henchman, like if you're on Predator, like if you're doing the Predator mode and you're jumping from gargoyle to gargoyle trying to snatch up all, like, Black Mask's henchmen, or just various other henchmen, nameless foot soldiers, whatever. You can actually use the remote claw to shoot something, like shoot a little foot soldier down on the ground, and that you shoot it at him, and it could actually. It's kind of hard to explain. Pretty much what the remote claw does is that it can take two henchmen and pretty much bring them together and sort of knock them unconscious, where you can jump down and do a ground takedown. And the way that works is that you shoot the little remote claw at a henchman, and this little thing on the remote, on the henchman that you shot at him, pretty much blows up, reaches out, and it's a claw, and that can grab either another henchman or an explosive object towards said henchman, where you can jump down and do a ground takedown, which is really, really awesome, and it's really all around kind of a cool concept and something new that they're bringing to the table concerning weapons in Batman Arkham Origins, as well as it's kind of like a line launcher because you can use it to wire walk against, wire walk to something. Like, say you're on a gargoyle and there's another gargoyle right across from you, you can shoot the remote claw at that said gargoyle, which will create a wire walk where you can walk across, and then you can jump down and make a inverted takedown, or I think like a wire walk takedown or a drop attack. And it's really, really cool and really, really awesome. Or you can shoot it at a gargoyle right across from you, and it will, zip down and grab the nearest henchman and drag him up there, and that's kind of the substitute for the inverted takedown if they don't have an inverted takedown in this game. That's really, really cool. That's the only new weapon that they had showed off, which a lot of people might think is the only new weapon, but I do think that they have some new weapons in there. They just didn't show them off, and they're not completing doing that in the game. They just didn't have the time to show them off. I really hope there are some new weapons. You do pretty much have the exact same arsenal of weaponry, such as the explosive gel and, of course, the batarangs. You can't have a Batman game where it's something Batman related without batarangs. It's just not right. So you pretty much have the exact same arsenal of weaponry, with some new stuff in it, like I mentioned, the remote claw, maybe some other stuff down the line that they haven't revealed. So that is really cool, and they have kept that sort of the same. And pretty much overall, what the gameplay and the gameplay trailers show is that they are really keeping everything from Arkham City and or Arkham Asylum pretty much the same, which I really do like, and I can understand why some people are criticizing this game for. Some people can criticize this game because, well, they didn't really change anything from Arkham City, and they're just keeping everything the same. Yet that is one of the main things that people wanted this game to do, not change exactly everything and just sort of keep everything the same from Arkham, City. Does everyone just have multiple personality disorder on the internet? Actually, yeah, everyone on the internet has multiple personality disorder. I really don't understand why I asked that question. But I like the fact that they are keeping not everything, but most things from Arkham City that we love from Arkham City the same. Like, for example, something that they also show in the gameplay trailer as well as the gameplay footage itself is that you do have the grapnel boost, which I absolutely love, as well as the dive bomb, where you can use Batman, press one of the back buttons, dive down, and then you can jump back up, and which kind of creates this flying simulation. I'm glad they kept those. Those are examples that they kept from Arkham City and put here, which is kind of questionable. Like the grapnel boost, for example, like the dive bombing, that's perfectly fine, but the grapnel boost is kind of questionable. Like, didn't they say that it was like a prototype in, like, the grapnel boost thing in Arkham City was like a prototype model and it wasn't ready for field testing yet? and yet Batman still used it in that, but it's here now. It's kind of questionable, don't you think? It's weird. But then again, I guess the explanation for that would be that, well, the fans would bitch that we didn't have the grapple boost in here, so let's throw the grapple boost in here. Who actually says it is a grapple boost? Like, maybe it's just some early version, and that was just an upgraded version that wasn't ready for field testing. Who knows? The game hasn't come out yet. The answers haven't been answered yet because, well, the game hasn't been revealed yet. So, I should probably chill down and stop theorizing and just wait for the damn game to come out. But that is something that is really cool, and I like the fact that they kept those in there, because if they had taken, the dive bombing and the grapple boost and just pretty much everything from Arkham City that made Batman really badass and different from Arkham Asylum, it would kind of be like giving a character in a game, like, God powers and pretty much just putting him on God mode, and then next game having him just having all that taken away from, and just having him be just a simple, ordinary, average character that, is just kind of zero grade and not really as badass as he was before with God mode. Like, wouldn't it just piss you off? So I'm kind of glad that they are keeping some elements from Arkham City that made Arkham City different from Arkham Asylum here, because what would we do? We would just all complain that, oh, well, everything that made Arkham City cool was not here. Why wasn't it here? So it's kind of like, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. It's kind of what I'm trying to get across here. Like, I'm glad they have it, and I am totally happy that they have it. Kind of questionable some of the stuff that they do have, and it does make you think, well, why aren't they being a little bit more original? But, I still am really happy to have it. The grapple boost and the dive bombing, which simulates flying. I'm glad that they have that, because that's a big part of Batman, and I just really overall like that. And who said there isn't new things in here? There's plenty of new things here, which showed off also in the gameplay trailer, as well as the gameplay footage itself, which is the detective mode, which I really like. We have the new weapon, which is the remote claw, like I mentioned before. I have some notes here, as well as the detective vision, or the detective mode, which which these games are very infamous for. With, you click a button and everything sort of goes into X-ray mode, where Batman can see through certain things, or if there's like a thug with like a gun, it either turns red or it turns orange. That is completely different here. The detective mode, where you can, distinct certain enemies on the ground, such as if they're unarmed or armed, that is pretty much the same. If they are armed with like a gun or a certain weapon, they are, pictured in orange, which I did really like. Like, certain little, like, tiny little bells and whistles that, like from Arkham City, that was really cool about Arkham City, they kept here. Like, even, like, the objective complete, that little thing that says, oh, complete this objective. Like, your new objective is this, and it has, like, a little, like, octagon with, like, a exclamation point in there, that's still the same. And when you complete that objective, it's a little octagon with a check mark in it, and the bats start flying around. That's something that I really do like about this. Like, even little tiny, minute little details about that was in Arkham City or in Arkham Asylum, they still keep the same, which I really do like, and just shows you that the people going into this game have, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of attitude. Well, they still did bring some new stuff to the table, and that is the detective mode in this. That is something that I really do like in here, which, I don't mean, like, if Batman, like, just detective mode, where you can just flick it on and see certain, enemies, such as, unarmed or armed villains. But this is actually in, like, certain, like, little cases. Like, you need to set up, like a crime scene investigation, where in Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, it was really cool where, say there was, like a little stain of blood on the carpet or whatever. You flick on detective mode, you scan, and then you follow the blood trail to where you need to go. That was really cool, and it definitely did make you feel like a badass, awesome detective that can't be stopped no matter what. But here, they took it to the next level, and it's more than just scan something, follow the trail at the end. It's pretty much, you have to scan something, and then you pretty much have to reconstruct the entire crime scene from scratch, just based on certain points of evidence that you have in the crime scene. Like, the prime example, and pretty much our only example that we have so far, is the helicopter scene from the gameplay footage that also shows in the gameplay trailer, which is a GCPD, or just a police helicopter, finds Batman, says some type of stuff like, oh, Batman, you're under arrest, or some stuff like that, and gets actually shot down. And you don't see how it crashes or whatever, because you have to set up that crime scene, you have to construct the whole crime scene. But you pretty much fly down to the main street, and Main Street has this giant helicopter blown up, and it's, completely wrecked. And pretty much you have to go down and you scan the helicopter driver who was taken out of the helicopter when it blew up. You have to scan that, and then you can pretty much rewind or, fast forward. You can pretty much just rewind or fast forward the crime scene footage in order to find little points of evidence that will lead you to finishing the crime scene. You find this, dude who's dead. He was a, helicopter driver that got, the helicopter blew up. He fell out. You pretty much scan that, and then you can reverse it to how, the helicopter fell and blew up and why he ended up there. And then you have to pretty much reconstruct the whole way that the helicopter blew up and how it crashed. Because you find a giant hole or just a lot of damage on a nearby building. So you scan that, and then it reconstructs to where the helicopter was and where it got shot. And this actually leads to a really cool point in the game where we find out that it was actually Deadshot that shot down the helicopter. Now, there's a GCPD cop on the other side of the building where it looks like he was the one that shot it because, well, he has a sniper rifle and he, was in the right trajectory that the helicopter was. So you see him, so Batman finds out that the GCPD cop was there, goes to investigate, and he debunks, well, if it's a GCPD cop that shoots down a GCPD helicopter, it makes no sense. So he finds out that Deadshot ricocheted a bullet from where the GCPD cop was standing to kill both the GCPD cop and shoot down the helicopter, which pretty much makes Deadshot an overall badass villain. I can't wait to see what he does in this game. He probably has a little bit more of a bigger story and bigger plot in this than Arkham City. So I'm really excited about that. And that's just a cool, nice little new thing that they brought to Detective Vision for Batman Arkham Origins. I'm really excited about the Detective Vision in this. It's more than just, scan something and then follow the trail. It's like you have to reconstruct the whole crime scene. And it's not too challenging at all. It seems very simple, like scan these little points of, crime scene evidence, and then you have to, construct the whole crime scene, and then fast forward, and then, rewind to find certain points of evidence. It's really an interesting and new thing that they brought to the table with Batman Arkham Origins. I'm really excited to use that. Probably a lot of other people are really excited too. Kept that, alright, yeah, I'm just looking at some of my notes quick. Now, more about the gameplay trailer. The gameplay trailer, The gameplay trailer, again, just like the gameplay footage in the game, shows off various different villains that we will see. Not all the villains, pretty much just the villains that have been confirmed, such as Black Mask, who we've seen in pretty much almost every single material or marketing material for Batman Arkham Origins. Is shown, and in the gameplay trailer, he's just like burning people with like cigars and cigarettes. He's just an absolute badass in this, and he looks completely awesome. I remember his mask looked a little bit different, or a lot different in Arkham City, but things change, I guess. Maybe he gets a different mask sometime down the line, who knows. Maybe Batman breaks his and he's just like, I'm just getting a new mask, who knows. And we also have Bane in this, which Bane was confirmed a while ago, but we really didn't get a look at how we really didn't see how he looked in Batman Arkham City. I didn't see how he looked in Batman Arkham Origins, but now we do get how he looks. He's kind of wearing this trench coat. He does look very much like the comic book version of Bane. I like Bane in both Batman Arkham and Arkham City. I like what they did with the character. I like the overall way he looked. He looked really badass and cool. But, this one looks a lot more leaner, a lot more badass, and he doesn't look like a giant hulking, 7-foot tall creature. He looks just pretty much, maybe like a foot taller than Batman. He does have the, Venom, not the Titan, the Venom from the comics in this version, so that is really awesome. He looks a lot more leaner and badass and cool, and I like the way his mask is. It's not just like how it has been seen in the comics and stuff like that. It's like in Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City where you can see his eyes and see his mouth, but he definitely does have the white sort of paint around his black mask. It's really awesome and really, really cool. And we'll also see the Joker, of course, and I will get to Troy Baker as Joker as well as Roger Craig Smith as Batman anime, but we also get the Joker in here, who looks really awesome and really cool. Again, a bit different than how he looked in both Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, but I completely find that okay because this is prequel. Of course, the characters will get older and will get, be looking a little bit different than they, originally did. here. So, you know, I don't mind that at all. And we also, I'm not sure if this is, it's been confirmed for the PS Vita, Nintendo 3D or S or whatever it's called, that Catwoman will be in the Arkham Origins Blackgate, which is the portable version of Batman Arkham Origins, or a completely different game entirely. I'm not exactly sure on that. But it's been confirmed that she is in Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, the portable version of Batman Arkham Origins. But I'm pretty sure she will be in Batman Arkham Origins for the consoles, such as, you know, PS3, Xbox 360, you know, Wii U, whatever. Because this is specifically showed in the gameplay trailer only. But go to the gameplay trailer, and there's a scene where Bane is being handed a folder, which we can obviously assume is the folder that gives Bane the instructions on how to kill Batman and how much money he will get if he does kill Batman and give the body the Black Mask. But then it cuts, you know, Bane's being handed a folder, which is really nicely detailed. Like, the guys at IGN Rewind Theater pointing this out, too. It's like a nicely little detail folder. Like, you know, Black Mask, like, that has Bane, has, like, a nice little design on it. Black Mask couldn't have just given him, like, a little vanilla envelope and just said, oh, here, Bane. Kind of weird. It's a nice little design, but again, minor nitpick, completely irrelevant. But then it cuts to someone holding the little, you know, board that says, you know, one night to kill the Bat, like $50 million, has a picture of Batman in there, which I'm pretty sure they got from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, not from this game, so there is that. That's it, you know, like I said. And if you look at the fingers and look at the hands and just the person that's holding it, it looks a lot like Catwoman. Like, the fingers look like way too lean, way too skinny, and a lot pointy. A little bit more pointy than Bane's fingers. I'm no expert on Bane's fingers. I'm no expert on anyone's fingers or anything. But, you know, it looks like Catwoman's, you know. The fingers look a lot more leaner, they look pointy, and they definitely do look like Catwoman's fingers, because, well, they're pointy and she's a girl, and the fingers must be leaner. Again, no expert on fingers or anything. Catwoman is, because she took Batman's fingerprints in Dark Knight Rises, but I'm no expert on that. And if you look on her, like, her collar, like, it definitely does look like a lot of stuff that does look very much the same as what she wore in Arkham City. So Catwoman might be in this. Again, it's in the gameplay trailer. It's when Bane is handed the stuff to kill Batman, or the instructions on how to kill Batman. And, you know, we can assume that it's Bane that's holding it, but if you look really closely and you sort of just, like, look around, it definitely does look like Catwoman. That's all I'm saying out there. I'm not saying that, oh, Catwoman's confirmed in the game, you know? She's not. She hasn't been confirmed yet, or then again, I am doing this video. Maybe she's being confirmed as I speak, who knows? But right now, as I'm doing this video, she has been confirmed, only for Xbox, only for Arkham Origins Blackgate. She may make a cameo in this. I definitely don't expect them to have her be a playable character again in this game. But it'd be nice if she had, like, a little, like, quick cameo or whatever in this. Who knows? But that is sort of a little thing to look at if you do watch the gameplay trailer. Hell, you will watch the gameplay trailer after this. Look out for, you know, that little scene. Catwoman probably will be in this, so I am kind of excited about that. Again, she isn't confirmed, I don't know, but she might be in the game. But the last thing I want to get to before I end this video is Roger Craig Smith as Batman and Troy Baker as the Joker, which I was very skeptical on. Pretty much everyone else was very skeptical about this when this game was announced. Because Kevin Conroy, who's my favorite Batman, everyone's favorite Batman, really, you know, said he wasn't coming back, he's not doing another Arkham game, even though he said he was coming back and doing an Arkham game, which kind of confirms Arkham 3, but still, you know. And they said that Roger Craig Smith, who played Ezio Auditore in the Assassin's Creed games, I know at least one of them, and Troy Baker, who was in Lego Batman 2. I forgot who he played in Lego Batman 2, but I know he was in Lego Batman 2. Said that they were going to play Batman, Roger Craig Smith was Batman, and Troy Baker was Joker, and I was very skeptical on this. Again, everyone was skeptical on this, but the gameplay trailer was like our first official look, in our first, well, not look, but our first official hearing of them as those characters, and I can safely say I am not at all skeptical. I am not at all, in any way, shape, or form, skeptical about Roger Craig Smith as Batman and Troy Baker as Joker anymore. Because these guys are great and so far awesome as Batman and the Joker. Which I love because they are they sound like very younger versions of the characters that they're playing. And what I mean by that is, they sound like younger versions of Kevin Conroy's Batman and Mark Hamill's Joker, which is definitely what you need to fit this game. It's a prequel. It's a prequel from, the Arkham games, which had Kevin Conroy's Batman and Mark Hamill's Joker. I love that they sound really very, very similar, but very, very younger from Batman and the Joker played by Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. They're great so far. They're amazing, and I absolutely love that, and I have absolutely no more skepticism based on these two actors playing these two characters anymore. And Ezio Auditore is like an assassin who's always sneaking around, always, doing, like, sneaky little stuff. That's Batman in a nutshell. Like, he doesn't kill people. It kind of does sometimes, but, he's sneaking around, and, doing a bunch of stuff, and I guess he does, does good stuff. I mean, I guess he has to kill some people that are bad or whatever. I don't play the Assassin's Creed games, but assassins, they sneak around, they do sneaky stuff. Batman does that, so that's kind of a cool thing that Roger Craig Smith is playing pretty much Ezio in a Batman suit, which sounds pretty badass to me. Like, I've seen those assassin costumes, so having that guy in a Batman suit, really badass and really, really cool. And a lot of people really like Roger Craig Smith as a voice actor, so I guess this will be my, first sort of, interpretation of it. Not really interpretation, but my first, sort of look at his work and stuff like that. So I am really, really happy about that. And the same thing with Troy Baker. Sounds like a very younger version of Mark Hamill's Joker, which I am very happy that, he sounds like that. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are the definitive versions of Batman and the Joker, in my opinion. So I was very skeptical about this, and you can understand why. And a lot of other people were, but I can safely say that they are great as Batman and the Joker. So there you go. So overall, gameplay and the gameplay trailer and gameplay footage was pretty badass and pretty cool. And I also put links in the description so you can watch both the gameplay trailer and the gameplay footage, for your viewing pleasure. So, sorry it took a while, but I just had a lot to say, had a lot to get off my chest. So there you are with that. So, I'm Much 3 Movies Roll. I'll be back with more updates for Batman Arkham Origins. I almost said City, but I said Origins, so you gotta give me credit on that. And in October, and probably a lot of people will be confused at the end of Man of Steel that my next video would have been Batman, Batmonth related, but it's not. Batmonth will start on, October 1st. Pretty much in October, Batmonth will start, because this is coming out in October, so unless this game is, pushed back, a year, it will happen this October, October 1st. So, Batmonth will start then. So, I'll see you guys with my next upcoming video. I'm not sure what that will be, but it will be another video because you kind of have to make videos on YouTube. So, I'll be back with that. So, stay awesome, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.